I'm so bad at this. Hi, Erica.
Dave, good morning or good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yes, it is Buenas tardes here
It's
in
almost evening for
Barcelona.
you, isn't it?
It is 8 o'clock in the evening. I am so excited because we have my favorite candy today, M&Ms.
Love.
We have a very special guest today to chat with us. It's Mia, and I know I'm gonna butcher names. Is it Mia Prieto?
That's perfect. It is Prieto. Yes, very good.
Prieto with my good Spanish accent. And Monica Vega.
Yes.
Here in Spain, I feel like I should say Vega instead of
Vega.
Vega. See? So
Hmm.
Monica Prieto sorry, Mia Prieto and Monica Vega, but I just like to call y'all Eminem.
I
And
love it.
Monica and Mia are from Chubb Travel Protection, one of our favorite preferred supplier travel insurance providers. And we have a very special announcement. Erica, do you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, we are so excited when we now have the wonderful Chubb team joining us as sponsors for our amazing workshop coming up this year on MSC.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So not only will we be talking, of course, about cruising groups and land groups, but we are going to be increasing the amount that we talk about insurance because when you have a group, we know groups are really profitable, and it's even more profitable when you can get your group to have insurance. And then it's more protection for you too.
Absolutely. And you know what? Let's ask some questions. Monica and Mia, Eminem, why are agents afraid of travel insurance? I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think that's a
Um,
really good question, right? I feel like when it comes to travel insurance, there's so many moving parts to it, right? So I think initially it's kind of like that fear of what if I have a question that can't be answered? What if there's just so much? How do I offer it even? And those are really important things to go over. So that is definitely something that we're looking to cover. Something that we want to make sure that we have our advisors feel comfortable and confident when they're sharing. I always go as far as to say, make sure you're offering it with that initial budget. So if you're working on a group, that's a great opportunity for you to start working that in already. And it's an easy way to get the client right at the gate know of the importance.
Well, and I love that you referenced this whole idea about working that into the budget when you're talking to your group. And because this is a group sales workshop, and because our students are going to be coming with a group contract that they're going to want to promote, they're going to come with a trip they're ready to sell, and we're going to be putting everything together for that group, starting with the informational pages, the booking pages, but we're also going to create task lists and pre-written emails that will go out to their clients all in the proper steps. And Erica and I both know, and part of our like the ingrained system that we personally use, we start talking about insurance when we're talking about that first cabin offer. It goes into it. And I think if agents are trained and know and have these steps part of the process, that's already a win. And you all, Mia and Monica, my M&Ms, are going to be there on the MSC
yes.
World America with us from February 7th to the 14th. I do keep thinking about the dates because we haven't told anybody yet. But Erica, Chris, and I are going to be on the week before so we can get everything ready and prepared. And we're going to test out the yacht club. But on that World America workshop, we're going to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to not just learn in the webinar beforehand about Chubb travel protection, but you're going to be there helping them write the proposals for their groups, for their individual travel agencies. They're going to have templates and they're going to get one-on-one time with you, as well as a very special 90-minute session on travel protection and how to do it the right way. What is it that you wish agents knew? And I have to go, I hear my dryer going beep, 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 beep. And it will go beep, 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 beep the whole time if I don't get up and turn it off. Little segue.
Well, I'll take that one. I think that I was just talking about this yesterday, actually. What I really wish they knew is that travel insurance really needs to be part of the trip planning process, because nobody wants a surprise with additional out of pocket, additional premium, they want to know what that's going to cost, and it should not be an afterthought because it's so important.
Yeah.
I know it's not the fun side of trip planning, but it's so important. And depending on what's going on, the trip length, the trip cost, and their age, it could be expensive. And people want to know what their options are and how much it's going to cost. So please don't wait to talk about travel insurance.
And if COVID taught us anything, it's that you can't make travel insurance an option. People used to think as an optional cost. It really is not an option anymore. It's really something that is absolutely 100% necessary, no matter your age, no matter if you've gone on a dozen trips before and nothing has ever happened.
Mhm.
Erica, how many times have we had our clients have to
Yep.
be flown home or
Yep. Or even just simple injuries while they're traveling, right? It doesn't have to be anything major, but it's something little that at least it's the peace of mind that they can go to the ship doctor and they don't have this enormous bill at the end of the ship, right? Or at the end of the cruise.
I think that's a good point, Erica, too, because I feel like as advisors, most of the time you always hear, well, I know I'm traveling.
Mm.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. But what happens while you're traveling? So that's a good point that you both, brought up. We get really excited. Everyone loves when they're traveling. You throw caution to the wind, and who knows what's going to happen. So yeah, that is definitely a hurdle sometimes that you do have to overcome with clients. And so it's always good to, and we'll definitely speak a little bit about that too, kind of have your arsenal ready to go for those questions from your guest or from those statements where they say, I don't need insurance. I know I'm traveling. We want you to be armed and ready to know what to say. And that also happens in the group sector as well, right? You have a group of guests traveling, they hear one person say it, and next thing you know, it's like the domino effect. Everyone in the group's like, we know we're traveling. So this is a great opportunity that you are giving to the travel advisors to kind of learn how to overcome those hurdles. I'm so excited to be part of it.
me too. Now I'm going to do something. Erica, you want to watch me say something that will make Mia and Monica's heads explode?
Sure.
What about vendor supplied insurance?
That was on my top of my list too.
We know
I
that that's so tempting and easy. We know. We get it.
Mhm.
But if you really care about your clients, think third party protection is just a better option. You've really got to compare.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. Okay, and I mean I always have a little bit of fun and like to tease everyone. But just today on our Facebook page over at Oasis Travel Network and our private page where all of our lovely colleagues talk about issues and we're special at OTN, our vendors are actually part of our Facebook page. There was a huge discussion today about how somebody sold the vendor insurance. The people canceled for a covered reason, but guess what? Their commission wasn't protected.
I was just going to
That's
say that you
important.
just read my mind. You are so, yes, it is so true. Commission protection is a huge reason, right? So yes, absolutely. That's, at the end of the day, you work so hard for your bookings, right? You want to make sure that your commission's protected.
Absolutely. And if one thing I've learned about travel agents all these years is, we are business people and we care about our commissions. We care about getting paid because I always, well, my best friend's kids were here the other day and they always ask me about the business and things. And I always tell them, from my perspective, being a travel agent when it comes to pay is a little bit like being an investor because we're investing our time and our experience and our knowledge, and we're helping people, but we don't get paid the bulk of our commissions until the person travels. And if they cancel and they don't go or something happens,
Mhm.
we don't get paid. So
Yeah.
agents out there, if you need a reason to sell third-party insurance, getting your commission covered should be one of those business decisions that you also make for yourself. It's not just about protecting your clients. You also need to be protected. And I may know that might not sound as altruistic as caring for your clients would be, but at the end of the day, and this is something we drive home in the workshop, you have to think like a business person. And
Yeah.
insurance is a business decision, and it's a smart one. So when we
Right.
get on that ship, you're going to have time to meet with our students. We're going to have some social things at the beginning. As
Mhm.
we've told the students, those classes last all day long. And I don't know, Monica and Mia, you could also come and learn how to be travel agents. You could come and learn all of our secrets, learn how we put groups
Well,
together.
I'm going to. I'm
I
going
know,
to.
I know. We're going to be sharing knowledge. You're going to have your special session. And one thing, when we do the pre-workshop webinar, you're going to get your own special webinar, and we're going to go through Chubb policies, and we're going to make sure that everybody has a login, whether or
Mhm.
not they already sell Chubb travel protection or not. We want everyone to be able to work properly during the workshop. And so we'll do
Mhm.
that in the webinar. And then during the actual workshop, we're going to be doing real work, real group proposals, etc. And along with your session in the evenings, when we have our study hour, agents will be able to sit down and get to know you guys. And if they're not already selling Chubb travel protection, well, maybe they'll figure out why they should be.
Yeah. We would love to convince them.
Like me, I just started. I was selling somebody else before,
Uh-huh.
but and this is no that listen, one of the things we also do, I joke a lot and we have a lot of fun, and we think that people take stuff in when they're laughing. But Erica and I both, our whole point of view, there's so many people out there that are gatekeeping and guarding their secrets and pretending like everything is a great big secret. Erica and I talk about the things we do, and we're very upfront and honest. We talk numbers, we talk figures. And I started out, I was selling, oh, what are they called? What was I selling before, Erica? Before I sold World Trips, I was selling
Travel insured.
Travel Insured. I was selling Travel Insured, and then I was also selling World Trips. But I sat down with Bonnie on our top
Mhm.
producers just this last May. And I hadn't honestly given Chubb a good listen to and a good fair chance before. And the reason for that was you don't have the cancel for any reason option.
No.
And I
Mhm.
stupidly did just was like immediate, well, if you don't have that, I don't want to sell you.
Mhm.
And Bonnie explained why you all don't currently offer that. And that's because some of these policies out there that offer this any reason cancellation, there's so many restrictions and it can be so complicated. Chubb. Oh, that's right, Chubb, not Chubb. Chubb. Chubb doesn't want it to be complicated. You all,
Yeah.
your policy is the same everywhere. Can you talk a little bit about that? I know we're going to do it later, but talk about that a little bit about how your policy is the same in all the states and all the different options so that it's simple.
We continue to work on making it more simple, and there is a lot that happens behind the scenes, but we can share that most of the states fall under the countrywide plan. One of the things that everyone should know is that if they're purchasing insurance within 21 days of deposit, then they qualify for those additional benefits, which include that pre-X waiver. So I just wanted to point that out. We try to simplify the policy language so that it's the same on all of the plans. If you look at any of our plans, same policy language. That makes it not only easier for the advisors, for the clients, but also for us on the claim side, because it just makes it easier to process claims. The policy language is the same on all of them. So we try to make the whole process very easy to understand. The language is easy to interpret, and we do that intentionally. And then yeah, about pre-ex wait. I'm sorry, the question for the cancel for any reason. We don't include cancel for any reason because we include work on our in our plans, and that's really one of the main reasons why someone would want to include CFAR. But there are exclusions with cancel for any reason. So again, back to simplifying insurance. Let's just make it simple. We don't want to put something out there that makes people think that they're getting something they're not getting. You know?
And I appreciate that so much because that's so straightforward and honest and true. And that you all have analyzed all the reasons that people cancel and what the main things are. So you just put it as part of your policy. So you don't have to make, all these bells and whistles and upselling and nickel and diming in order to make
Mhm.
people think that this all this great big thing. So your coverage is just straightforward and simple. And I also love something that's happening that happened this week. Do y'all want to tell everybody?
Yeah. Well, I want to share one more thing. I'm going
Oh,
to share one. I'm going to go back one step before
okay.
I share the big surprise.
Let's do.
For those that don't know Chubb, I'm just going to plug a little bit about Chubb. I'm going to call us the OGs of travel insurance. We are the first company ever established in North America. I don't know if you guys knew that. We go back to 1792, right there in Philly with the founding fathers. That's where we
My
were.
my birth city. Chubb and Dave were born in the same place? No way.
Yeah, there you go. So for those of you that think we're new, we're not new. We're actually the original. So I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable with that. Chubb insures a lot of things. Travel insurance, maybe newer product that we offer, but we've been around for a long time. And even if you may not be familiar with the name Chubb, especially if you work with high net worth clients, they know who Chubb is. So don't be surprised if they're very comfortable with Chubb, because we have a really good reputation for how we handle claims.
I love
So
that.
with that said, yes, I just kind of spilled the beans with Dave earlier, and I said, effective this week, you guys can now go into our agent portal for travel, and you can issue policies effective. I actually have it written down here, 1,096 days out, which is 3 years. 1,096 days.
Oh,
That's
So
wonderful.
yeah, I know it's important because people are booking early and you guys need that. So we heard you and it got done. So you can do it now.
especially for groups, because Erica and I we were just when y'all came into the room, we were already talking about how we're finalizing our 2027 groups, and we're even starting to, think about our 2028 groups and things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this week, Terry was so frustrated because we were trying to quote a 2028 trip and a late 2027 trip. And he's like, no one's quoting 3 years out.
Well,
Well,
now they are.
yeah,
Yay.
Yay, it's brand new news. You're the first to know, actually.
we're excited
So
about it.
excited.
Breaking news here.
That rarely happens in insurance, but there you go.
No, I
No,
love it.
Dave, what I just thought of, right? So we're going to do a little expedition session during the MSC cruise, right? We're going to talk about expedition cruising. It'd be awesome to have Mia and Monica give us a little bit of an insurance perspective when it comes to going to some of these more remote destinations so that,
Yes.
because I know when I first started selling more and more of it, I had to reach out to really understand, am I covering my clients the right way? Because it's a very different policy if you're going to Disney World down in Florida, Rome over in Italy, and if you're heading somewhere like Antarctica, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a great opportunity for you all to come back up and to join us as well to talk a little bit about that.
We would
I know
love
We would
there's
to.
love
all
to be
sorts
there.
of little adders that we can include, right, for people that like to go snorkeling and scuba diving in Antarctica, right? We need to have a little bit more coverage than normal.
That's a really good idea. I love the idea.
And this
Yeah.
workshop just keeps adding more and more value and more education. And our students are getting so much dedicated one-on-one training and step by step, and also to have this kind of access. I mean, that's just amazing. So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody. Well, it's Friday. It's time to have a nice weekend. I want to thank Mia and Monica for coming and jumping onto our little podcast session here today to announce this exciting sponsorship and partnership that they're going to be coming along. We were talking about doing the webinars before the workshop. We will start
Mhm.
announcing those schedules soon. They're probably going to start up in December because
Perfect.
because with wave season coming in January, Monica made a very good point about it. What was that, Miss Monica? Why do we want?
We're going to talk about our annual plans.
Yes, annual plan.
Yes,
Right.
because who doesn't love a January 1 start date?
Yeah.
You know, it's
For sure.
like
Great idea.
perfect timing. So
Yeah.
let's talk about annual plans. And yeah, you guys should talk to your clients about annual plans, you know, Q4, so that you free up your wave season for new clients.
Absolutely. And I know
Mhm.
Erica is queen of spreadsheets and she loves things that are very neat and easy like that. So an annual plan starting on January 1st makes sense that we talk about them in December. So we'll be
Yes.
announcing all of that soon. And we're just so excited to have you both along. And the M&Ms are going to rock.
The M&Ms. We're gonna have to bring M&Ms with us.
I know. We're so excited to join you all too, and we appreciate the fact that you understand what an important part travel insurance plays in not only regular bookings, but group bookings specifically as well. And we're just so excited to be able to share our knowledge and work so closely with you.
We're thrilled. All right, guys. Well, then I want to wish everybody a super fun weekend. I always say that I take the weekends off and then I'm secretly working down in my dungeon office. But this
Oh,
week,
yeah.
I'm going to the beach. I'm going to have a nice, relaxing time.
Good for you.
Yeah, we'll catch up with everybody very soon. So take
All
care.
right.
Great.
See you guys
Everyone.
soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.